Welcome, everyone. This is Hadas Ben Aroya, the director of All Eyes of Me. Thank you for your film. And I'd like to ask you, so your film is on intimacy among the millennial generation, and it's set in Tel Aviv, where you're from. And I was wondering, do you think this is a universal characteristic of this generation, or is it something you specifically noticed in your country?
I hope it's universal, but I think that what excites me about cinema is the way that you pick like small pieces of your life, like the smallest, the interaction you have with someone in your bed before you go to sleep, or I don't know, like the really small things, and then you put it on screen, and then it becomes, then you feel you feel so weird, people see the most intimate dynamics in front of everybody, and then they're like crawling up and they feel like it's like they are laughing, or they're feeling a bit uncomfortable, or they're seeing themselves. So I think it's very, very personal and small, and it's about Tel Aviv, but it's also about everybody, because it's about relationships and how we are in when nobody watches us. And I feel that the film is a lot about people in big cities. I think the first part the most about like youngsters in big cities, but when you go further with the plot, it becomes really no time and no place, really detached, like the characters and like the way that the protagonist is going through the film. Then it becomes really no time and no place in a I don't know, in a really specific way. So it's a journey during the film, I would say.
Yeah. And so this feeling of being like lost, which you really maybe noticed in the beginning and in the opening scenes among the young people, where do you think that comes from? That we're maybe not really grounded, or that, yeah.
Yeah, I think that we live in a really specific time in the world. Like our generation is, we have so many possibilities, and we can do whatever we want. If it's, sex and drugs, and we're really liberated, and we can travel the world. I don't know, like, everything is like in your iPhone. You can travel in your mind, like everything is possible. And then you need to have a different set of values, or like to understand in a different way how you feel about yourself or about others. So with all these possibilities, I feel that people are getting a bit lost and also a bit detached from their own feelings. I think this is the thing that I wanted to show in the film, that the main characters don't even know what they feel. So how can they know what the other person feels? So the first like Danny is like, you can't even tell if she is, I mean, I hope it's not a spoiler, but you can't really tell if she's really unhappy about getting an abortion, or she doesn't, or she's really casual about it. And it's like, it's not judgmental in no way, but it's a bit, they're all so lost. They can't, like, they can't really hit the spot of what do I feel right now. And I think it's like a generation thing of how we live our life.
Yeah, we live in a kind of abundance. Like the world is in our reach, with the digital, with traveling.
Yeah.
Until last year, of course. And for example, like the cast, could they identify in the script of the characters of Max and Afisha?
What is the question again?
Could they identify with them in real life, the main actors?
So first of all, there are a couple in real life.
Yeah. Wow.
So we like Avishag, her real name, like actress name is Lisheva, and she's a good friend of mine. And I casted her, and then we chose her partner in the film, and without knowing, she also casted him to be her boyfriend. So they began to be in a relationship. So that is all obviously makes it a more close. And also during the rehearsal, sometimes they said like they said something that we put in the script after, like they gave me ideas because their dynamic, they were in love in real life, so it was really easy to just like make it. But I would say yes, when this is the reason I picked them, because they are very, very liberated. Elisheva in specific, she was really religious when she was young, and she ran out of her house and became secular. And so her whole set of values was different, and she became really wild and really free, but in a way that she chose. And she's a really special person. I really admire her as a person and as an actress as well. And I think her and Lev, the director, they're really wild, but in a good way, you know.
Mhm.
They're really free in a really deep way, and I think they're really exploring. And they're young; they're 23 years old, so they're really exploring sexuality in life and the life in Tel Aviv. And I think they really can connect. And it was really easy for them to connect to the characters and to understand them in a thorough way.
Okay. Nice. And how was it for you too? Because the sex scenes are quite intense, and now I see that for them it was they could uh, they could get intimate maybe easily, but for you as
Yeah.
a director, did you direct it, or did you just let them like play on set and see what you would use?
No, of course I directed, and I take these things super seriously because, well, first of all, my first feature film, I was the lead actor in it, and
Okay.
it had a lot of sex scenes. So I was like making a test on myself on my own body in a way. Like I really wanted to act in my first film in order to, you know, understand it
Mhm.
in a really thorough way, to know before I'm putting an actress in that position, which could be really, it's hard, you know,
Mhm.
to be exposed like this in all aspects. So we really did a lot of choreography on it, and we um, made a lot of rehearsals, and we shot the rehearsals, and then we edited it. And so everything was really planned. We did it like 3 times, shooting, rehearsal, editing it, and understanding really deeply how we're gonna do it. So nothing was spontaneous, and I didn't let them do anything. It was really well planned, because these kind of things can be very harmful, and I would never want to make any person or actor to feel. And also, it's really hard because the sex scenes are really out there, so you don't want to make it provocative. And in order not to make it provocative, we really wanted to know how we shoot it, so we planned it with really minimalistic way. So you have only the shot, which is from far, then you can see everything, but you can't really see anything. And so there is another shot, I'm talking about the brutal sex scene, and there is another shot that you can see her face and her reaction. And so while minimalizing it and simplifying it, we could make it cinematic and also not make it provocative, and to keep the actors really safe, and also to keep it to say what we wanted to say, like to express this feeling that it's free, but we don't know how she really feels about it until the end.
Yeah.
If she's enjoying it or not, if it's violence or it's what's going on.
Of exploring, of course. I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so later in the film we see that she has maybe more intimate feelings for the older man. And
Mm-hmm.
where did that idea come from, for her to, yeah, want to be with him?
So so at first, this is what I wanted to write. That was the whole film, how this young girl is getting so attracted to this older guy that lives in, like, keeping bees and living this neglected house, and he's like the opposite, is the negative of her, a young girl from the city, and he's like an older ex-Orthodox man. And I really wanted to write about that. And while trying to write it, I understood that it would be more effective to go backwards. And then I found the structure of like the 3 episodes. And I feel that she is in this, as we said, in this search or journey to understand what's intimacy, to and to be in intimacy with that, in intimate um to be in intimacy with someone is to allow yourself to be fragile, or to be,
Mm-hmm.
um so it's the only place. It's not when you are naked with someone, or not when you are having sex. It's when you are keeping, you're not having these walls, and you allow yourself
Yeah.
to be fragile, and to be in silent, and to, I don't know. And after this quest, she's finding Dror, and they're like really being very, very fragile with each other, and
Yeah.
it have this truth in it.
Mm-hmm. I see. Nice. Yeah, maybe because also when you're not thinking of how to, yeah, relate yourself to maybe another person, then you're getting more towards yourself. Maybe that's what's happening to me.
Yeah, when you can be weak with someone, and you're not trying to impress or be strong, when you can be weak with someone, for me, this is intimacy, not when you are having sex, or when you are, I don't know, talking a lot about,
Yeah.
people are talking about, I did this and I did this and blah blah, like the first thing, and then without any words, they just, in silence, it's the pure intimacy.
Yeah. And I also have a question about the music in the film. There's a lot of
Hmm.
music from Israel.
Hmm. Yeah.
And how did you select them yourself? And also, I was maybe for I would like to know which the songs are, what the songs are. Um, yeah. So did you select the songs?
Yeah, I select the songs. I really love music in general, but Israeli music, I love it. And the song by Mati Kaspi, Mishu Yoav Mishu, is like someone will love someone. This is the
Yeah.
translation, and this is also the title of it in Hebrew. It's a really famous song by a really famous poet. By Her name is Leah Goldberg. She has passed long time ago, and I think it's the most beautiful song in Hebrew. I love this song; it's so beautiful. And so there's also the song by Francois Hardy. I really love the songs that they are like, I love putting songs in my films that are like, now we're gonna listen to the song, to the whole song, to just listen, just, and then you can like think or feel, and not only concentrate on what's gonna happen now. You just like lay back, relax, and feel. And I really like it in cinema in general. And so, yeah, so those are the main songs, and you can, I will not say just the words, the titles of the song. You can Google it.
Yeah, yeah. We can maybe. I can look it up. I think we want to maybe. Yeah, I'd like to know. So I think, yeah, this is perfect for the Q&A. So thank you so much,
Yeah,
and for your beautiful film.
thank
Um,
you so much for having me.
Yes, you're welcome.
I enjoyed the conversation very much.
Yes, and are you working on something right now?
Oh my God, I'm working on so many things.
Okay.
We have a TV series that I'm shooting in December, and my next film I'm gonna shoot in June in Berlin. So, and this film is gonna go to theaters now, and so yeah,
That will be
I really hope to. I'm really happy that Corona is almost done, and now people can see films in theaters. It makes me really happy.
me too. Yeah.